The phantom write-up. I was working as a low-level security supervisor at a hotel that had a bar, nightclub on site. I had some serious problems with the bar manager who the staff had given her the nickname of Miss Piggy. Ms. Piggy was known to sleep with some of the guards. Had to remove 2 of them for fighting one night when they both found out they both were banging her. She was also known to drink on the job, give away food and drinks, and was a constant pain in my ass because I did my job. During the week the bar area was dead, so it was usually me and 2 other guards who worked the site. This night was no different, but Miss Piggy was in one of her moods. She had caught one of my guards on their cell phone while sitting down at a table in the empty bar area. Miss Piggy stomps over and demands I write up this guard. While I have had my problems with her, she was right about the guard being on his phone. I go to my bag and I pull out 2 write-up forms and 2 pens. I give a form and a pen to the guard and tell him that he has to write himself up, and I am going to do the same and they better match. We separately work on the write-ups, and in about 5 minutes he comes to get me where I am smoking a cigarette. We trade write-ups and begin to talk. I noticed his write-up was a lot worse than the one I wrote up, and I asked, "What do you think would happen if I happened to send them in?" He responds, "I would get fired." I flip back that Miss Piggy caught you and demanded you be written up. Would you agree that you got written up? Yeah. This is the write-up you did for me. I understand that this a boring night, but you need to at least look like you are watching things. I hand him back his write-up and tell him that, if I catch you doing this again, I am going to have to send this into the office, for them to decide what happens. I will have no choice in the matter. If you need a break or a change of scenery, just let me know and I will try to make it happen. Come to find out later that the guard turned down Miss Piggy, so she wanted him off the site and fired. I did write him up, I just never sent it in. This became known as my phantom write-up, as a way to warn guards without involving management oversight. I place it a step or 2 above the verbal warning but below an official write-up. Turns out that upper management absolutely loved the concept of it, as if I had to send in a write-up. The one written by the offender was a signed confession. Reminds me of a story where someone was speeding like 20 meters per hour over the limit. Got pulled over, and when the cop asked, "Do you know how fast you were going?" Well, I had my cruise control set to 86, so probably 86. Tell you what, I wrote this ticket up. But you're the first person to admit to me they were speeding. I'll keep an eye on the system. You go the rest of the night without a ticket, and this one doesn't get turned in. If I see you get another ticket, you'll get 2. Upvoted your post back in the dawn of time when I was a shop steward. I on occasion wrote up what I called bitch grievances, where I knew my guy was not only wrong but dumb. I wrote them so they would shut up, and when I handed them to the supervisor involved, I would just tell them to pass it on and forget it, knowing that when it got to the first step between the company and union, it would be tossed unceremoniously. Happy to see others also abused procedure. Good on you for following the rules but granting leniency in your own way. I think this is a great idea. Makes them think without breaking them down mentally. I was hoping this would be about the phantom. Or the phantom. Or the phantom. Just seems like solid management to me. Addressed the issue without blowing it out of proportion, and probably made a better employee out of the dude. You sound like a really good boss. That is excellent team management. Good for you. We call this a documented verbal warning. It's one step above a verbal warning and one below a written warning. Did you write up Miss Piggy for sexual harassment and attempted retaliation for spurned advances? So you hung a threat over his head to get him to comply and let him know that his harasser put you up to it. I do not know if that was the most effective management technique. Person shrugging. Not sure why the bar manager thinks she has a say on the people who don't report to her getting written up. Info. Did you also get the guard's statement about Miss Piggy sexually harassing him at work? I'm sure HR would like to know one of their managers is using her position to solicit sex from subordinates. Maybe you just worded that strangely and I'm reading into it too much. But the way you describe your interaction with the other guard makes you sound like Dick. I wish more management was using your tactic. It's brilliant for both the company and the employee. It's totally fair and I would personally think it would avoid a disgruntled employee situation. Brilliant. But whatever happened to Miss Piggy? Name checks out Psycho Steve.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.